Igbo mulonze moza kena kwa mono. Nya Sanusi Lamido Sanusi apatago admit na nda Hausa depo. Apatago admit Sanusi Lamido, the emir of Kano. The emir of Kano, nke Ado Bayero, nke no shilanya Ado Bayero. Apatago wemegen we admit na nda Hausa depo, and there is something wrong with their mindset. I show them kaiga fan at this video. Nenene.
This is the emir of Kano. His name is Sanusi Lamido Sanusi. Somebody who I really respect. Is a well-respected individual, former Central Bank of Nigeria governor. I started following him when he was governor of Central Bank during his time. When you listen to this guy talking, when you listen to his analysis, the way he talks, you will know this guy is very sound, very intelligent, very educated. In fact, I hardly believe he's a Fulani man. Because an average Fulani man behave like butch people. They misbehave a lot. They are radicals. They are jihadists. But this guy here is different. Recently I saw one of his videos circulating online, and I will have talked about it, but I've been very busy. I got that video about 3 days or 4 days ago. He asked some questions in the course of that video, profounding and sincere questions that an average Muslim should be asking. This man here asked that question. And what are those questions? He said, why is it, in fact, let's listen to him.
In southwest Nigeria, the incidence of poverty is 20%. In the northwest, it is 80%. The northeast, it's 80%. Why is it that the poorest parts of this country are the Muslim parts?
Did you hear that question? I will allow the video to play finish, but did you hear that question? He's asking a profounding, sincere and genuine question. He said, why is it that the poorest part of this country, Nigeria, are the Muslim parts? An average Muslim jihadist will never agree to that question, and that's the truth. For the emir of Kano to be asking that type of question, that means he's troubled. He knows what he's talking about. And secondly, he asked, listen,
why is it that in a state that started Sharia in 1999 is not the one that is the most educated state? In fact, how come that in that state in 2017 only 24 children got 5 credits in secondary school?
Did you hear that? He said, why is it that the state that started Sharia since 1999 are not the most educated? They are backward when it comes to education. They are nothing to write home about. And he further asked, how come that in a state, a Sharia state, only 24 students, 24, bagged 5 credits in secondary school? Maybe he's talking about WAEC. What a question. So to all the Muslims, these are sincere questions before you. I want you to answer those questions, especially those that normally come under my comment section to throw insult there and there. In my last 2 videos, I talked about that. I said in Islam, when it comes to knowledge, it is forbidden. Because of what? There's what they call bila kahif. You don't ask questions. And there is no how you will scale up in education if you are not permitted to ask questions. You cannot question the status quo. You want to know why this is this. But in Islam, it's forbidden for you to ask some certain question. That is Islam for you. And if you watch this video very well, towards the ending, he said the reason why all this thing is happening to them is because of bad economic policies. That is not it, sir. I beg to differ. That is not the answer. The answer is Islamic religion. Islamic religion indoctrinates children when they are growing up. Islamic religion brainwashes children when they are growing up. The reason why you are not like them, sir, the reason why you don't end up like these children is because you are lucky to attend Christian schools. You attended St. Anne's Primary School, that is Catholic school. Your primary school, your secondary school are Christian schools. That is where you had your foundation. That is where you are shaped. Christianity shaping your foundation, sir. That is why you are different. That is why you see, when you are talking, you talk with sense and intelligence. An average Fulani man that did not attend Christian schools, they don't talk like that. They talk anyhow. They talk like bush people. They are radicals. But you are different. Why? Because your foundation was shaped by Christianity before you went to university and before you went for more education. But the most important education of your life, the primary and secondary school, you add them in Christian schools. For there to be any result at all, there must be Christian schools established in the north, so that those children that has been taught, to terrorize people, they can now reorientate them. Their generations has been wasted. Many of these children are now terrorists. There is need for Christian schools to be established, so that many of them will now go there. They will now teach them how to be how to respect humanity, because Islam teaches them to dehumanize people. Now look at this boy. This is Onyedikashi, the boy that won Olympian STEM in Rome, I think last week or last 2 weeks. I will have talked about it. Imagine that this boy attended Sharia school. Maybe will have become a terrorist today. That's the truth. If you go to Sharia school, if you attend there is 90% chance that you will end up being a terrorist. Now look at the mother here. Look at the way the mother dressed. The mother didn't dress like this, like a masquerade. That is what Islam does. Islam dehumanizes people. They make women less. They dehumanize women. We have seen it many places. How Islam teaches the children to be terrorists, to terrorize people. Look at them carry guns everywhere. The one that we accommodated in South Africa and in Germany during this Gaza and Israeli war, the Palestinian children, they put on clothes with inscription of guns. This is the orientation they've given the children, that they must go out to terrorize other people. Listen to it.
We're commanded to terrorize the disbelievers. And this is a religion, like I said.
Commanded to terrorize the disbelievers?
The Quran says very clearly in the Arabic language, Torhibuna. This means terrorize.
So that's it. So the only way out is for these people to attend Christian schools. So they will be taught how to behave like normal human being. Because if a religion is teaching you to go and terrorize people, then what will now be the result? The result will be terrorism. Will be terrorism. That is why we have Boko Haram, we have all this Al-Shabaab, we have all this Al-Qaeda, Hezbollah, Hamas, and the rest of them terrorizing the whole world. So for there to be any headway, sir, Emir of Kano, for there to be any headway for these children, the northern children, they must also follow your footsteps, sir. You know your footsteps, right? I've talked about it. You had your foundational education shaping by Christianity. You did not go to Sharia school. You went to Christian schools. Your primary education, your secondary education was shaped by Christianity. So if these children here must make, progress, if there must be headway for them at all, they must follow suit. Sharia education or study, wherever it is, cannot help them. Cannot help. Like you said Sharia state only produce 24 students with 5 credits. Can you imagine? For years. Why in Christian states you see millions bagging credit, bagging the station? Why? Because of Christianity. That is the difference between Christianity and Islam. That is why you see that the consequential effects on Muslim parts in Nigeria is detrimental. Yes, they don't value education like that. Sharia education is a cancer, has eaten into them, brainwashed them, indoctrinate these children, and you see when they grow up, they end up like Boko Haram. Nothing to write home about. So Emir, your question, I don't know, maybe it is out of curiosity or out of pity. Because if it is out of curiosity, sir, then you will procure solution to that. But if you are just asking those questions out of pity, then you can only do little, maybe help them. I believe you are asking those questions out of curiosity. Maybe you want to procure solution to them. Thank you, sir.